What can make a small business stand out from its competition? Classic question, right? Small business, competitive marketplace, how do we compete? I think of restaurants when I think of this type of a question. So you go downtown in a city or maybe a small town, and you see that there's a bunch of different restaurants on the main drag or in the main area. How do all of those restaurants compete for someone's entertainment dollars? Well, there's a thought that says just go out and do something different. So go into the same marketplace, but just do something different. Instead of doing sandwiches, do soup, or instead of doing soup, do sandwiches, or instead of doing burgers and fries, maybe do fish and chips or something like that. So there's certainly an opportunity to differentiate based on the product or the service that you're offering. But I happen to believe that the best way to stand out in a competitive marketplace, small market, big market, small town, big town, etc., is to provide a better customer experience. What do I mean by that? I believe that customers will spend their money on what they find most valuable, and the value they get today is driven by the experience that they have. So, case in point, if you have an Apple iPhone and it breaks, you go to an Apple store. First of all, they look nothing like the other electronic stores in the marketplace. They're simple, they're clean, they're minimalist, but they're packed with people. At the very end of the store is something called a Genius Bar, where if you schedule an appointment using their technology and their app, someone will meet you, see your name on a ledger, bring you to one of the support people who are going to walk you through your problem and solve it for you. The experience in an Apple store is amazing. I'm going to any other electronic store to get the same problems. Well, probably to Apple. So for a small, great context. So you can still have a restaurant, but the experience you provide can be completely different. Have $1 to spend. Who are they going to spend it with? They're going to spend it $1 with the company that doesn't necessarily have to be the best product or the best. I believe it has to do with the experience that goes around every single time. Price is important. More important than all of that is how important does a clients feel. If your business you can charge more for your product or service. And the reason you can charge more, the value that it's perceived to have comes from what people are having. People pay more for an iPhone because of the experience. The components are the same, products are relatively pretty close, but the experience is entirely what Apple makes for selling basically the same thing that Samsung are twice as much. I mean, it's crazy, and I believe it all has one thing, the most important thing that a small business can do is deliver an incredible customer or client experience. Charge more, your margins will be higher, you'll be more profitable, and in doing that, you also end up servicing the customer everybody, and that changes everything as well. So become a leader in the best customer or client experience, and you will win the business every single time.